What's up guys, Damian Keyes here and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the music coronavirus age. The music industry has taken an absolute kicking over the last couple of months, an absolute pounding, and as I used to say when I was a kid, an absolute pasting. Live Nation has reported losses of 97%. And music's just being banned in Scotland. The entire country of Scotland has banned music in hotels and also in restaurants for the fear that people might lean over and talk over the music. Not only that, but in the whole of the UK, you're not allowed to sing because singing is going to project. And also, if you play music too loud or if you sing too loud, it might cause other people to sing along. And God help us all if that happens. And even though we are months and months into this and it feels like we may be coming to the end, music venues who are having a tough enough time before all of this are already going to struggle. Because think of it, opening up a restaurant after it's been closed. Yes, it's tough, and yes, you have to order some stock and get some people back in. But how are you going to do that with a world tour? You can't start a world tour next week. It takes months and months of preparation. And think about things like the insurance, the staffing, the people. This could be an absolute shit show for a long time with the music industry. Some countries like China have opened up their indoor venues for live gigs again, but they have not seen an influx of people because people are scared. But we have seen an influx of online digital gigs. Everyone is taking to Instagram and Facebook in order to try and replicate that live feeling, which we all know is not quite the same. We don't get the same buzz. It's not that same sweaty dance floor that you get from going to see a really great live band. But this is a huge problem because since the decline in physical music sales, music ticket sales now equate to between 65 and 75% of revenue for most artists. But this is a huge problem because since the decline of physical music sales, it's meant that ticket sales now equate to 65 to 75% of income for most artists. But Spotify think they have the answer in virtual events. We've seen plenty of virtual events over the last couple of months with people like Steve Aoki and Marshmello taking to Fortnite. But Spotify think there's a bigger market. Spotify already work with some massive ticketing companies, including Ticketmaster, Eventbrite, Songkick, AXS, amongst a bunch of others. And the way that works is when you go on Spotify and you start looking for your favorite artists, it will tell you when they are coming to play at a venue near you. But Spotify want to take this a lot further. Now, we have seen a huge growth in online gigs, especially since the lockdown, with artists turning to Tipjar and also to Facebook Live and hoping for donations to keep them going through this pandemic time. But everybody knows that this isn't scalable yet. You see, since lockdown, every single mass conglomerate with anything to do with the creative sector has been looking for this answer in order to save us musicians and save the music industry. Yeah, my ass. The reason why is because last year, the live sector generated $25 billion. In 2019, $25 billion. And that means there is some serious money to be made for the company that cracks the code to online gigs. So the race is on to find the virtual gig solution with Facebook, Live Nation, Twitch, Napster, and even Apple who are in the race. But Spotify have spotted a gap in the market. Recently, Billboard reported that 10 years ago, a fan was likely to pay $3.75 for 30 minutes of online gig, whereas now, just 10 years later, the average is $16.50 for that same 30 minutes. So get this, 2 months ago in June, the K-pop band BTS streamed the largest online gig in history with 750,000 tickets sold, and tickets were a quarter of the price of their normal tickets, and they made $20 million in one night, with 6 camera angles, and on top of that it was interactive. So not only were they performing, but they were answering questions, they were doing shout outs, they made it into an interactive show. So imagine all of that income, but now think of the outgoing, because now you don't need so many people in that pipeline. You certainly don't need hundreds of people working in a stadium, filling up the seats and showing everyone where to go and selling drinks. Those things have now gone. So this is predominantly all income. And Spotify are well aware of these numbers, and when it comes to the music industry, they rule the roost. They are number one when it comes to where you go to get your music. And right now, Spotify don't sell tickets, but with a little bit of a tweak to their contract, there's no reason why they can't become a middleman. Not only can they start to recommend these tickets, but also they could take a cut of the ticket price. And Spotify have over 300 million monthly active users, so they could sell and shift a lot of online tickets. Now, what would this mean for Spotify? Well, what it would mean is it would take more of the pie, more of the income from the music industry, which means it would tighten its grip, because the more money and the more power Spotify get in this field, the more it owns the music industry and the more it gets to make the rules. So, could Spotify become a one-stop shop for everything music industry related? Think about it. Not only it's where you get your music, it could be where you get your merch, it could be where you watch the videos, it could be anything it wants to be, because with enough money and enough power, it becomes the go-to for anything audio. Now that's all very well if you're an artist like BTS that can make $20 million from one gig. But what about us? What about the grassroots level artists and bands who need every single penny to keep us going, every single penny to keep us on the road? After all, we've already seen streaming take away a huge percentage of where we make money. And now we make money from gigs, tours, and ticket sales. And also merch. And what happens if that's taken away? Will it be given back in the form of royalties from Spotify, or will it just be another way that they can take a lot of the proceeds and make enough money from being the middleman that cuts out the artists one more time? Or will Spotify be the new savior of the music industry as it empowers musicians to be more entrepreneurial in order to sell tickets through Spotify, make that their main social media page, and therefore take a big cut from the proceeds and from the merch? Could be amazing. What do you think? I want to know what you think about this, because everyone is in a race for selling tickets for online gigs. Spotify will be at the front of it. And if it's very much at the front of it and very, very much in a position of power, then we once again are at the gates and Spotify are the gatekeeper. What do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment down below. Now, I know there's going to be some hate for Spotify, but have a think about this. This could be particularly very good for musicians, but I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. If you can do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and if you are serious about your music career and you are looking for answers on how to grow and how to build, then you need to be a part of DK Music Business Academy. The link is down below, and the free trial is not going to last for much longer. So get in and come and work with me on a daily basis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.